Good morning, everybody. It's Sharon with simplycanning.com. I did some work this morning and caught up on some emails. I get emails with questions from people quite often, and I sat down to catch up, and I did, I don't know, I answered maybe 10 emails or so, but I noticed that I had 3 that were almost on the same exact problem. So I decided to go ahead and just share with you here because it's a common thing that people ask. What happens is they have an issue with something that they've canned and they notice it like 2 or 3 days later, or maybe they just noticed it the next day. And so they're wondering if they can go ahead and recan their food. So let me go ahead and just read you these emails, and then I'll let you know what I told each one of these people. So this first person said, I canned sauce using the correct procedure. However, I learned afterwards that it needs to be bottled lemon juice, and she used fresh squeezed. And then she also added onion, garlic, celery, basil, and carrots, all in quantities that were more than specified in that tested recipe. So she's wondering, is she okay? Can she go ahead and just use that up anyway? Or she also asked, can I put them in the freezer? So, and these were done a week ago. So in a case like that, she's got some errors in her processing that are not going to work. And so really her food is not safe. Now, it's been a week since she did it. And so I always hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I recommended that she toss the food, throw it away. It's not worth the chance to risk making anybody sick. So if she would have caught the mistake within 24 hours, then she could have just gone ahead and taken the food and just froze it or something like that, because it's really not okay for processing. But she could just freeze it. She could put it in the refrigerator to use up right away. She wouldn't have to throw it away. But since it'd been 5 days, I wouldn't recommend that. So the next one is a similar question, but she didn't have a mistake on her what she wants to do. Oh, actually, this is the wrong one. Never mind. That's a totally different topic. I'm going to skip that. Let me talk about this one here, though. This lady says, it's been 5 days since I water bathed my green beans from the garden. They are still all sealed. I did not know they needed to be pressure canned. Can I do it now? No, unfortunately, you can't. Again, it's another case where the green beans have been in the jars for 5 days without being properly processed, and they probably spoiled. There's that possibility of botulism in there because it was just a water bath that you did. It has to be in a pressure canner. So the only times that you can go ahead and reprocess your food, if you found a mistake that you've made, similar to what these ladies have, if you catch your mistake right away, like within 24 hours, and you realize that you're not sure if the jars are processed properly, you can go ahead and reprocess them within 24 hours. I want to emphasize that. It has to be within that 24 hours. After that, you need to throw your food away. It's just not safe. Usually, you're gonna go ahead and follow the same processing that you would have done if you had fresh food. So you would, whatever the regular canning directions are, you would follow that. Usually you're going to end up having to reheat your food. So you're going to empty all the jars, reheat it, and then fill all the jars again, because it would be difficult to reheat them just in the jars. Some foods will tolerate this pretty well, and then some don't, just for the quality of the food. Now, if you reprocess it, it's going to be safe, but if you've made a mistake with green beans, maybe you've processed your green beans and you have 2 jars that don't seal for whatever reason. As long as you notice it within 24 hours, you can go ahead and reprocess those 2 jars. But green beans are going to get pretty soft and mushy. And so quality-wise, they're not going to be very good. And so in that case, when it's green beans or something like that, carrots, beets, I'm trying to think of other vegetables usually, you can, I would suggest just put them in the freezer and preserve them that way. You can reprocess it, but they're going to be pretty soft. Now, there's other foods that are soft anyway, like applesauce. Applesauce handles reprocessing pretty easily because it's a soft food anyway, and so it's not a problem. So you kind of have to balance that, look at the food and the quality that you're going to end up, and of course, always look at the safety of whether they can be reprocessed. Now, the other options, again, like I said, is you can go ahead and freeze that food, or you can just put it in the refrigerator for use right away. Just depends on whether it's a whole batch of something. What are you going to do with 7 jars of something, or if it's just 1 or 2 jars that didn't seal? Put them in the fridge. So I hope that was helpful. Let me glance through here and see if there's any questions. And I don't see anything. So great. I hope it was helpful. Please visit me at simplycanning.com, and God is good. You guys have a great day.